Yes. Hello and welcome. This is Juan Carlos ESL. Yes, I am back. Bienvenidos a la clase de Juan Carlos ESL. So, welcome. So, you're going to hear me speak English and Spanish, switching back and forth between two languages. I am so excited to be back here in Juan Carlos ESL, ready to teach you some more English as a second language, also for Spanish speakers. Estoy bien alegre de estar aquí con ustedes para poder enseñarles el inglés. Yo sé que muchos me han mandado correos electrónicos, me han mandado comentarios en mi canal. Gracias, muchas gracias por su apoyo. Gracias por su intención de que seguir adelante con sus estudios en aprender el inglés. So in this class, we're going to go ahead and start a curriculum that I have designed just for you. And we're going to start from the very beginning, exclusively for newcomers. We're going to start with Unit 1, Lesson 1, Introductions and Greetings. So we're going to get into that. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right, here we go. All right, perfect. So we're going to begin. So Juan Carlos CSL, Newcomers, Unit 1, getting started. So this is a curriculum that I'm designing for exclusively for newcomers. We're starting from the very beginning, and we're going to start with lesson 1 today, greetings and introduction. So first of all, what does this class cover? In regards to standards. WIDA Standard 1 is in regards to social and instructional language. Students communicate for instructional and social purposes within the school setting. Estamos aquí hablando del asunto de los estándares. ¿Qué estándares se va a encontrar en esta lección, en esta clase? So, aquí estamos hablando de WIDA. WIDA es el sistema de estándares que se utilizan en las clases de inglés para los estudiantes que están aprendiendo inglés como segundo idioma aquí en los Estados Unidos. Entonces, también lo vamos a aplicar para clases para adultos que están aprendiendo inglés ya como adultos. También relacionan los mismos principios y estándares que en el sistema escolar. So, I'm going to read standard 2, the language of language arts. Students communicate information, ideas, concepts necessary for academic success in the content area of language arts. So you'll see that I am complying with the WIDA standards, very critical and important. This is not only for adult ESOL or adult English as a second language. This could also be applied in the school system K through 12. So in regards to K through 12, we're also taking into account college and career readiness standards, also known as Common Core, when it comes to speaking and listening. So you'll see students participate in collaborative conversations and adapt to speech to a variety of contexts, tasks demonstrating command of formal English. So we'll see more standards here in these pages. According to college career readiness standards and Common Core, adult ESOL, and K through 12. Now, the content that we'll be going to cover in this lesson is WIDA aligned. Yes, this class and this curriculum is aligned to WIDA standards, and it's particular for newcomers. And we're going to start with Unit 1, getting started. Lesson objectives. English as a second language. Objectives. Students will be able to use basic greetings and introductions in English. So students will be given the opportunity to be exposed how to say particular greetings in the English language and introduce themselves, and also have the opportunity to practice as well. They could practice with a partner, they could be paired, or they could participate, go around the room, exchanging introductions and greetings with a variety of their classmates or out in the real world. They will also have the opportunity to identify and use the be verb, am, is, and are appropriately. We're going to go over the be verbs in this lesson, and we're going to be practicing short conversations. Demonstrate understanding through independent practice. We're going to also see an exit ticket at the end, followed by a 20-question quiz. So let's continue. The lesson components, we will see, we're going to start off with the warm-up, followed by vocabulary, guided practice, independent practice, an exit ticket, and then a quiz at the end. Once we conclude the lesson, students should be able to master the 20-question quiz at the end that we have prepared for you. So this is an estimated outline of time and how long each component is going to take throughout the lesson. It's not exactly, but it's an estimation. So for example, we're going to start with an icebreaker and a warm-up. That'll take approximately 10 minutes or so, followed by the vocabulary segment. We're going to invest another 10 minutes. And then guided practice, 30 minutes, independent practice, 30 minutes. And then at the end, we're going to conclude the class with an exit ticket and quiz, which should take approximately 20 minutes or so. We're looking at an hour and 40 minutes. Again, it's an estimation. So the class can vary. So let's start with our icebreaker. So how many words do you think are in the English language? ¿Cuántas palabras usted piensa que hay en el lenguaje de inglés? So it doesn't have to be correct. I've had students come with the correct answer. I've had students go a little off, but that's totally fine. This is just a discussion. So there's no right or wrong. We're just discussing what we think, how many words there are in the English language. Number 2, how many words do you think you need to know to speak English well? So one thing is to know all the words in the English language, but how many words do you need to know exactly to know English well? So when I say well, I'm talking about English proficient. That not only can you communicate out in the community, but also pursue an education in the English language and also get a job in an English-speaking working place or work environment. So that's what I mean by speaking English well. So here are the facts to share. There are over 1 million words in the English language. So if you guessed 1 million, you're correct. Just over 1 million words in the English language. So that's very fascinating. However, you only need to know approximately 2,000 to 3,000 common words to hold everyday conversations in the English language. So 2,000 to 3,000 out of the 1 million words, that's a difference. So you don't, hopefully that eases your stress. And then you don't have to worry as much as having to learn 1 million words. You only have to learn 2,000 to 3,000 common words. Most people, including Americans, only use 20 to 30,000 words in their daily lives. So not everyone's going to learn the 1 million word, obviously, but a good number do end up learning 20 to 30,000 words that they apply and practice throughout their daily lives, in their profession, the community, and throughout their lives. So it's a good fun facts to know about the English language as we get started. I'm going to say it in Spanish as well for my Spanish-speaking audience. Si usted adivinó que hay 1 millón de palabras en el lenguaje de inglés, está correcto o correcta. Entonces, sí, no significa que tenga que aprenderse las 1 millón de palabras, nomás tiene que aprenderse unas 2 a 3 mil palabras en común para tener conversaciones en lenguaje de inglés. Entonces, espero que eso un alivio de su estrés, no tener que aprenderse todas las 1 millón de palabras, nomás aprenderse unas 2 o 3 mil palabras. También la mayoría de personas que hablan inglés, incluyendo americanos, nomás aplican 20 a 30 mil palabras durante su vida diario. Entonces, no es necesario aprenderse los millones de palabras, nomás aprenderse unos 2 o 3 mil, pero si quiere estudiar, trabajar y llegar a ser profesional, tiene que ahí llegar a 20 mil palabras por lo menos. Okay. Pero por ahora, nuestra meta es llegar a 2 a 3 mil palabras. All right, so don't worry about learning everything, as I just mentioned. Just start with the most useful words. Today, we begin with greetings and introductions, the first step to connecting with others. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. So, warm up, hello around the world. Answer the following questions. What are different versions of saying hello or hi in your native language? Now, this first question, this warm up, will vary depending on where your students are from, where students are coming from. I've had students from all around the world, and they shared with me greetings from their native language to what they've heard in other parts of the world, in other countries. So I'm going to share with you some of those phrases. Number two, how do you say hello in other languages? We're just talking about other languages, other parts of the world. And then finally, how do you greet someone in English? So that's what we're going to learn and apply and practice and develop. Entonces, estamos aprendiendo diferentes versiones en cómo saludar. Primero vamos a preguntarnos o preguntarles a ustedes, los estudiantes, cómo se dice un saludo, cómo se saluda en español, en su lenguaje nativa. Pues vamos a hablar cómo se dice saludos en otros lenguajes y también cómo se saluda en inglés. So let's start with number one. What are different versions of saying hello or hi in your native language? And how do you say hello in other languages? So let's begin by saying in Arabic, salam, salam. So going back to number one, so this question will vary. Not all students speak the same native language, but in Spanish is hola, which is my native language personally. Hola, or buenas tardes, good afternoon, or buenos días, good morning. You could also say hola, it's hello. Now going back to number two, how do you say hello in other languages? I mentioned Arabic, you say salam, salam, salam. In Mandarin Chinese, ni hao, ni hao, ni hao. In Brazilian Portuguese, hola, hola. Notice the accent in the A, hola. So you have to pronounce the A when you say hola. Salve, salve, salve. So you say hello in Italian, salve. And then Japanese, konnichiwa, konnichiwa, konnichiwa. Japanese, saying hello in Japanese, konnichiwa. And then in French, bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. So these are 6 different languages on how to greet someone or how to say hello. Salam, ni hao, hola, salve, konnichiwa, bonjour. So I'm very fascinated. I'm very interested in learning new languages. I hope you are too, especially the English language. English is very important and critical, but of course, we also respect and have great interest in learning other languages as well. So I wanted to share that with you. And number 2. Let's move on to number 3 now. How do you greet someone in English? That's why we're here. So how do we say hello in English? So there are many ways to say hello. Here I have a variety, a list on how to greet someone in English, the meaning, and the use. So obviously the most common terms to use when we greet someone is hello or hi, which is basically a simple greeting. Hello, I'm Juan. That's how we use it. And then you have good morning. Good morning. Morning greeting. So if I were to apply it to speak with someone whose last name is Salazar, good morning, Miss Salazar. Good morning, Miss Salazar. And then we say, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Afternoon greeting. Good afternoon, Mario. Good afternoon, Mario. Good evening. Good evening. Evening greeting. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Goodbye. Goodbye. And then bye. Bye. They are both applied and known as farewells. When you're saying see you later is another one. Bye. See you later. Bye. See you later. So these are very common terms that are used. These are also known as phrases when we greet one or we're saying a farewell to someone at the end of the day or at the end of a meeting. So here we have introduction. So we talked about greetings. Now on this slide, we're going to talk about introduction. How do we introduce ourselves in the English language? So we're going to say, my name is, introduce yourself or introduce your name. So my name is Raquel. My name is Raquel. I am from, and here the purpose or the meaning is to say your origin. I am from Nicaragua. I am from Nicaragua. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. It's a polite phrase. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. How are you? How are you? Yes, for their feelings, how they're doing. How are you today? How are you today? I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine, thank you. So that's the response they usually hear when someone asks you, how are you today? I'm fine, thank you. You respond to how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Entonces, aquí en la página anterior era saludos, ahora estamos hablando de introducciones. Y aquí en la primera línea mencioné, mi nombre es, my name is. My name is, mi nombre es. I am from. I am from. Yo soy de. Yo soy de. I am from. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Gusto de conocerlo. Gusto de conocerlo. Nice to meet you. How are you? How are you? ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine, thank you. Estoy bien, gracias. Estoy bien, gracias. So just a interpretation for my Spanish-speaking students. So I just want to clarify and make sure everyone's with me. All right, so those are the introductions. We talked about greetings and we talked about introductions. Now let's move on to the next slide. So that was our vocabulary segment. Also, in regards to vocabulary, we have 5 phrases or 5 meanings, and we're going to match the following vocabulary meanings to its corresponding phrase. So this is a short exercise. basically what we just went over in the two previous slides in regards to the meaning, connect them, match them with the phrase. So number one, morning greeting. Morning greeting. So what will that one be? I'll give you a moment to think and oversee your options. Which one best corresponds to morning greeting for number one? And if you answer D, D is correct. Good morning. Good morning. Number two, evening greeting. Evening greeting. So if you answered A, good evening, that is correct. Number three, farewell. Farewell. So just take a moment, analyze your options, and choose the correct answer. If you chose B, see you later, you are correct. See you later. See you later. Number four, say origin. Say origin. So when you're asking someone where they're from, what question would you ask? Or you could also say, if someone's asking you where you're from, you have to initiate a phrase or a sentence saying, I am from. I am from, which is letter E. So letter E is say an origin. I am from. And then finally, number five, you're asking for someone's feelings, how they're doing. And then obviously the last option is letter C. How are you? How are you? You're asking for someone's feeling. And it's turned into an introduction or greeting as well. How are you? When you're saying someone, good morning, how are you? So you're greeting someone and you're asking them how they're doing. It's part of the greeting of the morning or the greeting of the day. It's very common here in the United States to say, good morning, how are you? Buenos días, ¿cómo está? Okay, so that is our vocabulary segment. If you have any questions, we'll receive comments. I will receive emails if you're interested in learning more about introductions and greetings. So let's move on. Here we're going to have a guided practice segment in regards to short conversations. I have two conversations